The journey of a woman over 50 is a profound transformation that transcends mere chronology. It is a biological and psychological metamorphosis where the body communicates a new narrative of wisdom and experience. However, this narrative is often interrupted or distorted by the artifacts of our past. We often cling to items in our wardrobe that served us well in our 30s or 40s, but now act as anchors that drag our aesthetic into a bygone era. Looking outdated is rarely about the number of wrinkles on the face or the shade of gray in the hair. Instead, it is almost always about the silhouette and the styling choices that fail to harmonize with the current reality of the body. When a woman over 50 wears items that belong to a previous decade, she creates a visual dissonance. The eye of the observer is confused because the clothing tells a story of the past while the face tells a story of the present. This clash is what we perceive as looking outdated. It is crucial to understand that fashion for the mature woman is not about chasing fleeting trends or trying to look like a teenager. It is about alignment. It is about understanding that as estrogen levels shift, the distribution of soft tissue changes. The skin tone cools and becomes more translucent. The posture may shift slightly as the spine compresses. When we ignore these biological realities and continue to wear items designed for a different body and a different time, we inadvertently age ourselves. We signal to the world that we are stuck. We signal that we have stopped evolving. The goal of this discussion is to identify 5 specific items that act as time capsules in the worst possible way. These are items that instantly age the wearer not because they are old, but because they are biologically and aesthetically incongruent with the magnificent woman you have become. By removing these items, we do not just update a look. We liberate the woman from the ghosts of her past self, allowing her true contemporary elegance to shine through. We must approach this wardrobe edit with a surgeon's precision and an artist's eye, looking at texture and proportion and how fabric interacts with the changing landscape of the 50-plus body. The first item that instantly dates a woman over 50 is the heavy, chunky square-toe shoe, often marketed as a comfort shoe. We must address the biological reality of the aging foot. As we cross the threshold of 50, the collagen pads on the soles of our feet begin to thin, and years of walking can lead to widening of the forefoot or the development of bunions. In a desperate bid for comfort, many women sacrifice aesthetics entirely and opt for shoes that look like medical devices. These shoes often feature thick rubber soles and heavy stitching, and a boxy toe shape that completely destroys the elegance of the leg line. When you wear a shoe that is visually heavy, it acts as a weight at the bottom of your silhouette. It draws the eye downward and makes the step look laborious and heavy. A woman over 50 should aim for a sense of lightness and buoyancy in her movement. A heavy shoe contradicts this. It suggests that walking is a chore. Furthermore, the square toe shape is a relic of the late 90s and early 2000s. Wearing it today signals that you have not purchased new footwear in 2 decades. The aesthetic issue here is also one of proportion. As our metabolism slows and we perhaps gain a bit of weight around the midsection, wearing a clunky shoe creates a blocky appearance that lacks finesse. The ankle is often the slimmest part of the leg for women over 50, and it should be celebrated and highlighted, not buried under heavy leather straps and thick soles. You do not need to wear high heels to look elegant, but you must choose footwear that has a streamlined profile. An almond toe or a pointed toe flat creates a continuous line that elongates the leg and makes the entire body look taller and leaner. The shoe is the foundation of your posture. If the foundation looks outdated and heavy, the entire structure of your style collapses. We must find the balance where modern technology provides comfort inside the shoe while the exterior remains sleek and refined. Do not let your footwear announce your aches and pains. Let your shoes announce your elegance and your forward momentum. The second item that creates an immediate outdated effect is the perfectly matched jewelry set, consisting of a necklace and earrings, and perhaps a bracelet, all from the same design suite. This style of wearing jewelry was extremely popular in the mid-20th century and lingered into the 80s, but today it reads as stiff and overly calculated. For the woman over 50, the goal of jewelry is to bring light to the face and to add a touch of personal expression. A matched set feels like a uniform. It lacks the spontaneity and the artistic flair that defines modern elegance. Biologically speaking, the skin of the neck and décolletage becomes thinner and more delicate after 50. Heavy chunky gold sets or large beaded sets that match perfectly can overwhelm the delicate texture of the skin. They can look like armor rather than adornment. Furthermore, the matched set draws the eye to multiple points simultaneously, creating a cluttered visual effect. If you are wearing big earrings and a big necklace that look exactly the same, the eye does not know where to rest. This distracts from your most important feature, which is your eyes. Modern style is about curation and mixing. It is about the art of the unexpected. When you break up the set, you show that you have a confident eye. You might wear the statement necklace with a simple diamond stud or the statement earrings with a bare neck. This approach feels youthful and fresh. It suggests that you are dressing for yourself and your own artistic pleasure rather than following a rigid rule book from 50 years ago. The matched set also tends to look very heavy and static. As we age, we want to introduce movement and light. We want gemstones that reflect clarity and metals that warm the skin tone. A rigid parure of jewelry feels stagnant. It creates a frame that is too heavy for the picture. By mixing metals and textures and styles, you create a dynamic look that brings energy to your face. You demonstrate that you are a woman of complexity and nuance, not a woman who simply bought the display from the shop window. The third item is the high-waisted elastic band denim trouser, often referred to as the mom jean, but specifically the shapeless variety with visible ruching at the waist. We must discuss the hormonal shift of menopause. As estrogen declines, cortisol often rises and the body redistributes adipose tissue from the hips and thighs to the abdominal area. This is a natural biological protection mechanism, but it creates a styling challenge. Many women respond to this changing shape by buying jeans with fully elasticated waistbands for comfort. The problem is that the gathered fabric of an elastic waistband adds significant bulk exactly where you want to minimize it. The ruching creates a pouch effect that exaggerates the midsection, making the stomach look larger than it actually is. Furthermore, this style of denim usually comes in a flat wash without the contouring fading that modern premium denim uses to shape the leg. The result is a monolithic block of blue fabric that flattens the buttocks and widens the hips. It destroys the feminine curve. The term mom jean has become a pejorative not because of motherhood, but because it implies a giving up on sexuality and shape. When a woman over 50 wears these shapeless elastic trousers, she is hiding her body in a way that looks apologetic. The fabric is often thin and flimsy, lacking the structure to hold the body in. Structured denim is actually a woman's best friend. A proper zip fly with a button closure and a mid to high rise with a flat front acts like a mild corset, holding the tummy in and smoothing the silhouette. You want fabric that has substance and recovery, not fabric that bags out at the knees and bunches at the waist. The outdated elastic jean signals that comfort has completely overruled style. It creates a silhouette that is rectangular and heavy. By switching to a structured straight leg jean in a dark wash, you instantly lift the rear and define the waist and elongate the leg. It is a transformation that restores dignity and power to the lower body. The fourth item that instantly dates a look is the presence of shiny high sheen flesh-colored pantyhose. There was a time when a lady was not considered dressed without stockings. However, in the modern aesthetic, legs are meant to look like skin, not like plastic. The biological reality is that as we age, the skin on our legs may develop spider veins or sun spots or dryness. It is understandable that women want to cover these imperfections. However, choosing a shiny nylon hose actually highlights the texture you are trying to hide. The sheen reflects light, creating a visual expansion that makes the legs look swollen or shapeless. Under artificial lighting especially, the shine can look incredibly synthetic and dated, giving the legs a doll-like appearance that is incongruent with a mature face. The color is also problematic. Most flesh-colored hose do not actually match the wearer's skin tone, perfectly creating a jarring disconnect between the color of the face and hands and the color of the legs. This creates a visual break that chops up the body and makes you look shorter. The modern approach to leg wear is either opacity or bareness. If it is cold, an opaque black tight is incredibly chic and slimming. It elongates the leg and hides all imperfections completely. If the weather permits, bare legs with a good moisturizer or a body blur product are far more youthful. If you must wear sheer hose, they must be ultra matte and match your skin tone indistinguishably. The shiny hose is a remnant of the 80s boardroom era. Wearing them today signals that you are still dressing for a corporate environment that no longer exists in that form. It adds a layer of artificiality to your image. Women over 50 look their best when they embrace a sense of organic authenticity. Shiny plastic legs are the opposite of organic. They create a barrier between you and the world. By removing this barrier or choosing a modern matte alternative, you instantly modernize your entire outfit. The fifth and final item is the thin jersey waterfall cardigan or the shapeless shrug. This item is often chosen by women over 50 to cover the upper arms. We know that skin elasticity decreases with age and the upper arms can lose firmness. This is a natural part of the biological process. However, trying to hide the arms under layers of flimsy, unstructured fabric is a mistake. The waterfall cardigan has no shoulder line and no definition. It hangs from the body in limp folds. Biologically, as we age, we also fight against gravity and a tendency for the shoulders to round forward, known as kyphosis. A shapeless cardigan exaggerates this roundness. It makes the back look curved and the shoulders look slumped. It adds visual bulk to the upper body without providing any architectural definition. The result is a silhouette that looks frumpy and tired. Structure is the antidote to aging. A jacket or a cardigan with a set-in shoulder and a defined waist creates a frame for the body. It gives the illusion of a strong posture even if the body is tired. The waterfall cardigan creates a lot of excess fabric around the midsection, which adds visual weight to the belly area. It flaps around as you move, creating a chaotic and messy energy. It lacks the crispness and the authority that a woman over 50 has earned. Instead of a flimsy jersey piece, opt for a structured blazer or a knit jacket that holds its shape. You need fabrics that skim the body, not fabrics that cling to every lump and bump. The shapeless cardigan suggests a desire to disappear into folds of fabric. It is a garment of concealment. A woman over 50 should dress with presence. She should wear clothes that define her space in the world. By replacing the shapeless cardigan with a structured layer, you instantly correct your posture visually and present a figure that is capable and strong and elegant. The process of eliminating these 5 outdated items is not about restricting your choices but about refining your visual language. As women over 50, we are living in a time of unprecedented freedom and potential. Our clothing should reflect this vitality. It is easy to fall into the trap of habit, wearing the same styles we wore decades ago because they feel safe. But safety is the enemy of elegance. True elegance requires a constant re-evaluation of the self. It requires looking in the mirror with honest eyes and asking if the woman staring back is being served by the fabric she is wearing. When we let go of the chunky orthopedic shoes, we lighten our step and our spirit. When we break up the matched jewelry sets, we embrace creativity and nuance. When we discard the elastic waist jeans, we reclaim our silhouette and our dignity. When we banish the shiny pantyhose, we embrace the authenticity of our own skin. And when we trade the shapeless cardigan for structured tailoring, we stand taller and command more respect. This is the art of aging with grace. It is a biological and aesthetic alignment. It is the understanding that you are a masterpiece in progress, and a masterpiece deserves the finest frame. Do not let outdated items obscure your light. Clear the clutter from your wardrobe and you will find that you also clear the clutter from your mind. You make space for the woman you are today, a woman of substance, a woman of style, a woman who is not defined by the past but who is vibrantly engaging with the present. This is the power of style for the woman over 50. It is a declaration of self-worth that the world cannot ignore.